Hey, what up, nerds? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday.
Hello, welcome.
How's it going?
Look at that.
Mozart. I think we have a name change over here.
There's a whole party going on.
Godacula, hello.
Maybe. Lolin, welcome.
Mills, hello, hello.
Hello. How dare you call me a nerd? We're all nerds here. It's okay.
Nerd and proud.
Exactly.
All right. Let's make it a video game, shall we?
True. It is that time of day.
Listen, yesterday I yapped for about 2 hours.
This is true.
I'm not doing that today.
Are you sure about that?
No. I'm locking in. No tangents.
Doubt. What did you yap about? I guess we were just planning, ideating, like, the start screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of planning, and then there was some interesting discussions.
Yeah.
About random topics. I couldn't even remember what it was now, but yeah, it was a good yap.
Yeah. Oh. Who perished?
Someone perished. Someone got wrecked. Won't let nerds tell me to leave. I leave when I want. Get wrecked. Get dabbed.
Get dabbed.
Dabbed on. Oof.
Not dabbed on.
Right. So, Selene, you are continuing on trying to wrap up this comic page, right?
Well, I don't know.
She's unsure.
We want to get me started on, like, doing some more card art that's going to appear on the trailer. Do we have some thoughts on what those could be?
Yeah, we could have a quick chat about what we could line up for that. 3 days of dabbing.
Dabbed on.
How you nerds doing? How's everybody doing today? How's your weekend going? We had a nice big breakfast.
Oh yeah.
And then I was just gaming. I played like 3 different games.
3 different games?
Had a nice time. Did some
my
dailies.
Days.
It was good. It was good. I started making a list here of things that definitely will exist in some form or another, where I feel confident that the art, even if the upgrade were to change, we can use this art for sure. So,
QA Geek, thank you for your fart.
hey QA.
Coming in with a random fun fact. Magenta is actually a color that we can't physically see. We don't have the receptors for it, so our brain made up the color magenta to replace it, just like when a 3D model has some shader issue, it goes it's a pigment of our imagination. Wowzers!
Oh my god. Ay.
Are we farting this morning? Always. Always. Thank you for the farts.
How's it going, QA?
Finished Pragmata today, and I woke up having a big acid reflux so bad it sprayed out my nose.
Ooh,
oh no!
That's rough.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
My jokes are intelligent.
Intelligent. Good to hear. Good to hear.
I've not really looked at this Pragmata, other than seeing the capsule on the Steam store every once in a while. I've never actually clicked it. I have no idea what it's about. But I know that a lot of people have been talking about it. Okay, so yeah, I started this list. So if you feel inspired by any of these, you could just pick one of these.
Yeah.
If you want more options, then we can have a chat. I think probably these 3 are the the potentially flashiest ones that could look quite cool. Cure mines. Just cure mines. Probably like kind of like the rockets. You would have a bigger like hero mine that's the center of the art, and then maybe more little mines around it. Or it could be a pile of mines or something. Different ways going about it. It could also be the cure explosion itself, right? So maybe there's the mine, but also it's like there's a splash around it.
Could be. Cool.
Matarangs. Those would be quite cool to show off in the trailer.
Yeah.
Probably.
Matarangs.
Cell multiplication. So like a cell like dividing.
Yeah.
Replicating itself.
And these rare ones don't break out. Or they do.
They can break out.
They can.
Yeah.
But they don't have
Just
to.
not as aggressively as the legendary, I guess.
Oh. Also, Brainoid, hello. Welcome.
Hey, Brainoid.
Orbital Torrent.
And we have the orbital torrent.
Hard to see how we could make that break out.
Yeah.
Unless I do it like diagonal.
I imagined it centered like just the torrent itself. Where are the upgrades? Oh, here. So like it would be straight up just a torrent, kind of at a little perspective, coming like this, and then down here is like it splashing down. What happens up here? That becomes weird. If it just fades out, or
I just think that gets cut off on the card. I don't think that should break out. It's just
sorry, what gets cut off?
like I don't think that the top breaks out of the card. I think
Right,
it just
right,
gets
right.
cropped.
Right. So it could come from the inside, and then it's just like something like that.
I think it's gonna have to be. Oh
What
my
the
goodness!
heck? We got a pizza debate.
Well, feel free to vote.
Anyone with access to the True Nerdy Nerd emotes, you can use the pineapple or the no pineapple emotes to cast your vote. If you think pineapple deserves to be on pizza or not.
Yes.
Dagger coming in with the
No
vote.
way, man.
I love how these just pop
Hey.
up at the most random times.
If you're voting, I'm voting.
I'm allowed to vote once.
There you go. We got a tie. Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you, Talus. I was gonna say I don't actually know what happens when it ties.
That's unfair.
Just because I like my pineapple on my pizza and my steak well done, that doesn't mean you can persecute me.
There you go.
Wow.
How's it going, Dagger, Talos, Real Alien? Hope you're doing well.
welcome.
Yeah, the diagonal, of course, I think could work well also.
Mhm.
So it's more like, just coming down from the sky like that, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a big splash.
I still would angle it the other way just because of the dock emoji.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's just trying to capture the actual torrent
The torrente.
texture,
Yeah.
making it look like a waterfall kind of.
Yeah. Water jet. If you.
Pineapple pizza plus jalapenos. Oh boy. Double bite.
Oh, Robotech, hello.
How's it going, Robotech?
I work Saturdays now. Have y'all been? Good, good. Good to see you popping in.
Maybe have shadows of the zombies inside to show it's massive. That's interesting. Like their silhouette, kind of like an anime explosion type of thing.
Oh yeah, that
Maybe,
could be interesting.
No pineapple. You called the vote and then you didn't vote. Oh, I guess you can't because you don't have the emotes. I forgot. I need to
Get wrecked.
add non-sub emotes to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, whichever one you want. Any of those inspire?
I will start with the Cure Mines.
Okay. Q.
Yes, sir.
Well, as for me, I am going to try and make this work. I am a little scared, but I'm just going to start writing some code, and hopefully it turns into something. That's my plan. That's my plan. So the idea is we're going to make like a little carousel type of situation where we need some buttons. We probably will end up with an actual like custom button, but if I just do this for now. Oh. Oh, that's a problem. I can't make them any smaller than that. I'll just do this. We're gonna have button right. We're gonna have a button left. Okay. God. If there's anyone watching this live or in the VOD and you think that what I'm doing is completely insane and I should be using some existing Godot node or something, let me know. Because I'm about to do some weird things, okay? You just let me know if I'm doing something dumb. I can guarantee I'm about to do something dumb.
Or you're not confident?
I'm confident that I'll have something.
Well, that's good. Something's good.
Yeah. It would be nice to I need to turn this card upgrade into a tool script so that I can hide this button. There's an option to make the card non-selectable, as in it won't show this button, but that happens at runtime, right? This gets removed. So in order for me to actually properly see it in the editor, I would need to turn it into a tool script, and then toggling this would actually toggle the visibility of that thing.
And the stuff.
Yeah. So maybe we start with that. I'm not. What are you not, Radacula? Sorry, I lost context of what it is that you are responding to.
I'm not watching live or on the VOD.
Great. Perfect.
Amazing. So
You won't witness my crimes.
Exactly. You shall remain blissfully unaware.
I don't know if process runs in the editor. Probably does. I'm just gonna leave it, see what happens. So we're gonna say use a tool script, and this is what we want right here. If non-selectable, hide the button. Don't want to do anything else. So if engine is editor hint, gonna return. So none of this code is gonna run in the editor. Do I want to run this code in the editor? No. Let's do if that. Okay. So runs always. Anything in here only runs in the editor. And then anything in here only runs if it's not in the editor. And then over here, we probably would want this as well. So on set, we're gonna say set value, and then non-selectable equals value. Then if actually we just go select button container visible equals the inverse of that. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but let's find out. So we're here. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna open card selection. Okay, so the buttons are gone. Good. If I make this selectable, it shows up. Cool. Now, like I said, we probably will implement custom buttons for this, but for now, I'm just going to use what I have. We're just going to do that. Okay. So the idea is when you click these buttons, like if you click go to the right, the selected card will go to the left, and then the next card will come into view. They'll like rotate. I'm going to attempt to do that by actually tweening these three elements between the correct positions and stuff. And it's gonna be whack. Be whack. I'm gonna use marker 2D We have a center marker. Then in here, we're gonna have a right marker. And then in here, we're gonna have a left marker. Whoops. Okay. Now we need all of these things. Can I just do this? Boom. We got our buttons. Then we got our containers 1, 2, and 3. Do this. Center, right, left. Center, right, left. And over here, we're gonna do on ready. Center. Container, which is gonna be control. And then we're gonna equal it to card container. And then we're gonna repeat this. Left, right, left. Okay. So on ready, we want to plug into our buttons. So we're gonna go button right, pressed, connect, and let's just use right and left, I guess. So let's do a move right and a move left. Ideally, these reuse some code. Like we would do just a move method. And then we just define here which way we're moving. We can say direction. So move right is move 1. Move left is move -1. Now, this is where the weird stuff is going to happen. So say we're moving right, which is actually kind of confusing because if we're here, this is the currently active card, the one that's in the front. If we move right, we click the button to go to the right. We don't want to send this card to the right. We actually want to rotate to the next card, so the card needs to go left. So we got to move everything in the opposite direction. So if we were to move right, This goes to the left marker. This goes to the center marker. And then the other one will go to the right marker, all the way behind. All right. All right. It's gonna be weird. Do I just do this? Do this in steps. We need some tweens. So like bar, center, tween.
Hello, Maka-chan.
Right tween, left tween. I don't think that's gonna necessarily work. Maybe we just use a single tween. I'll see if it works with just one. So when we move, if there's a tween running, let's stop it. And happens. So let's move center card. This all happens with a tween. So let's try tween equals create tween. Then tween dot tween property on the center container. We're going to move its position. We're going to move it to the I won't do directions yet. Let's go to the left marker position, and let's keep it quite snappy. Then in parallel, we're going to move the right container to the center marker position, and the left container the left marker position.
Can I show you some?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I do really like the composition. The legs are... I like them, but that's like one of the upgrades gives them legs. They don't just have legs.
Oh, they don't just have legs?
No.
Oh, crap. I thought they had legs. I thought they always had legs.
Yeah, sorry. One of the upgrades gives them legs.
Can that be the card for the...
It could. It could, yeah.
Thoughts. Then what can...
But could that not work just without the legs? It's just the mines, kind of like...
It's just on the floor.
Imagine that front one is just on the floor.
Yeah.
Then that back one is kind of getting sent off by the blast that's behind it. And then there's the blast.
Okay. I'll save the sketch though if we,
Yeah.
for the legged one.
Yeah, for sure.
Really excuse a moment.
But now I need to move these. I need to, now that they changed positions, So the center is no longer the center. So what I need to do is the center container. No, the left container becomes the center container. The center container becomes the right container, and the right container becomes the left container. That's what needs to happen, but now we've modified this one, so that will be wrong. So I actually need to store the left container. I could do like loop container equals left container, and that goes in there. Hey Kane, how's it going? Okay, does this do anything? Ah, it explodes. Very nice. Valid assignment of property visible on object base nil. Yes. Sure. That makes sense. Whoa. That's something. Okay. Then we have the scale. So let's do what's all this stuff that I have open here? I don't need any of this. Go away. We want probably an export var background scale is a vector 2. So in here we could define how big are the cards in the background. Let's go with 0.8. Okay. So in here we go parallel center container scale, and this now becomes background scale. And then this one becomes vector 2.1. This one is actually unchanged. You don't technically need that, I guess. Let's keep it anyway. Okay. Now we need to account for the Z index, the ordering. So the card that's in the center needs to be rendered in front of everything. And then I guess the other two doesn't really matter. Let me try... Wait, how do I do that? Gonna be a weird one. I don't really want to tween a property. I just want to set it instantly. In the new Windows K2 project to fix Windows 11, they're going to use SteamOS as a benchmark for gaming performance. An OS with a compatibility layer to fake Windows is the benchmark for Windows gaming performance. Wow.
Isn't that concerning?
Times. Good times. Maybe I want to do a tween callback. I just want to set a property instantly within a tween. I suppose, why am I using a tween if it's in? Because I may add delays. I may add delays eventually. Right now I would do something like this. The index equals... Oh. Just do anything. What? What?
Do.
Do this. And we have our card selection here. Fine. We do this. What the hell happened?
Okay. Oh, my days, books.
Oh, I can't. I kind of wanted to highlight.
It's too early for that. Almost
So this
done.
card correctly went to the center. That's good. The index is at 0 though. It should now be at 1.
And there was much rejoicing.
Hey, old Rod, how's it going?
Hello, welcome.
Start menu is going to become native, no more Electron. The Windows start menu is an Electron app? You are not serious.
You're analyzing.
There's no way that you're serious right now. There's no way.
What does that mean? For the uneducated.
How do I explain it? It's like Electron is something that allows you to run a web application in a desktop environment. So like most things that you use that are usable on the web, say like Miro. Probably Miro has a downloadable version.
Like a desktop app.
But it's just going to be running the exact same like browser software in a native window.
Yeah.
But they don't make as good a use of your system resources than an actual native app would, basically.
Thank you for that, Redeem. I am trying to draw landmines, which I've never drawn before. You know, many things in this game are things I've never drawn before.
They're cure mines. They're full of cure, by the way.
So I am kind of sci-fiing them up a little bit, which is like a double whammy of things I've never done before. So we're trying to come up with a sketch here. So far, there are 2 discs. Isn't that fun?
Trust the process, as they say.
I don't know. This is I'm not sure about this. I'm not so sure about
Okay.
this.
Center card is moving correctly.
I have trust issues. Don't we all?
What about... No, that's not what I want. Let me comment this out.
Okay, but they all need to have like a little circle in the middle, right? Like that's like thing. That's like thing.
So, right.
Like a donut, exactly. Welcome, Mr. Zombie.
Hello, hello. That works. And then the
And like we could
left card.
So like the idea is like that middle bit is like the pressure sensor thingy that you step on it and it goes boom. Is that how they work?
Sorry, I was typing. Say again.
The concept of a cure landmine is like the little thing in the middle is like the pressure sensor when I'm trying to understand like how it works. So
let's not talk about the inner workings of landmines.
No, but
how I designed them initially, which is more from like a visual perspective, is that thing at the top is like a light.
A light.
To have like a pulsating light.
Yeah.
Was the idea.
Okay, so this is the light. Because I was gonna do like sloshing cure in here, but then if it's a light.
Right. It could also be, a cure.
I just wanted to show that there's cure in them.
Yeah.
I wanted to have some of it
Maybe like a
being
little
clear.
dome, a little half
Ooh,
dome.
in the middle.
Yeah, and that would be full of cure.
And then it can have like an LED ring. And that's where the light comes from as well.
Maybe.
Maybe? No.
It doesn't necessarily need a light, I guess.
Doesn't. He immediately was like,
I don't know. I don't know what's in your brain. I'd have to see it.
there is nothing in my brain. Okay, let's cure.
That could look quite nice. I like that.
Yeah, I just thought it just needed something around it so that it doesn't
Sure.
look. I don't know. And you're saying we're not doing leggies,
No.
but like I feel like it needs something on the sides, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like what? What are things like
Just like a pattern
like a
of like a
vent?
pattern of metal plates. So like a seam every certain distance. I generally think it's best to always keep it simple. It does not need a million things on it. It can just be a material, and that's okay.
He says it's okay if it's simple, but I say no way.
Inner working of landmines. At least most mines that are legal should not activate on the weight of a human.
I mean, I know nothing of this.
Wait, what would be a legal mine? Maybe the ones that you excavate, not ones that explode.
Like ones
Surely.
used for mining.
Anti-tank mines. I'm not sure what your definition of legal is. I guess you mean war legal?
Now it just looks like a peppermint.
Or can I go down to the shop and get an anti-tank mine?
You like my peppermint?
Not breaking war crime. Okay, got it. I'm with you. Peppermint. Or a spaceship. Like
Oh
your
my
classic
god!
UFO.
It looks like a UFO. Cute. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should draw ground, shadow.
Hmm.
You know, like debris.
Yeah.
And then the idea is that like this is like
Yeah, I don't think it would be debris. It would be droplets, right?
yeah,
Like just cure.
like because this
flying
one
around.
because these are like jumping from the
Right.
cure blast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, they might need something under them to place it in space. Whoa! Get flashbanged.
Ignore that.
Magenta flashbang.
Magenta's not real. We've established this.
There was a reason for the quotes. I see. That makes sense. Avoid emptiness. Dancing kittens. Yeah. I think 99% of the time that is what's on Celine's brain.
True.
Okay, did I fix it? I did. Okay. Now if we put this back. Does the sky cry today for you?
It hasn't yet.
It is cloudy, but it hasn't started crying now. Oh my god. I think we're close. We had a bit, it stopped, but I love the smells. Yeah.
Yeah.
The wet dirt and grass. Oh yeah. A node with a higher z-index will display in front of others. So the one that's going to the center is getting a higher z-index. And the others are getting a lower z-index. So what is the problem? I am confused. Means that this one in the center would start at 1, which actually breaks the buttons. That is interesting. So these would need to be at 2. Fine. Play that. Doth thine firmament weep for thee? So that went behind. No, why is this one behind? That doesn't make sense. Because that should have... So that would be... Let's see. We are making the right one go to the center, which is this one. So this one should have a z-index of 1, like this, which that would look correct, but for some reason it's still at 0, which breaks it. But I'm making it 1. Is this not running? Oh. Okay. I think I understand. If I was to do this instead, I'm gonna comment these out for now. Do 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 do.
Doo-doo beep bop boop. Doo-doo beep bop boop. No, baby. Cannot be.
So that works, but it looks quite jarring in the way that they're jumping in front of one another. So that's gonna need some work there.
I found the Spotify playlist you use so I can pretend I'm you guys while I'm deving. That's not creepy at all. But that's awesome. I mean, we always love to share the playlist.
Yeah, I think I did a thing. Yeah, there you go.
For anyone else who might be interested in the playlist.
It's great. If you have a playlist that you use all the time when you're game deving, then it kind of conditions your brain.
Exactly.
So you hear one of these songs and then you go, let's go. It's dev time.
It's dev time.
So I'm gonna do this. Prev center container equals center container. Like this. So then I could reintroduce this, but I do this.
Liquid. Oh my god, he leveled up.
I'm a level 123 seasoned dev.
You're
Damn.
seasoned with what spices? A little bit of paprika.
When I go in the opposite direction, all my names of these variables will make no sense. Okay. And now here I can do this instead. So left container becomes previous center container. Center container, blah, 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 blah. Let's try that. Does it still work? Does. Now we could see if we could make it a little spicy by doing a set transition. I don't know. Elastic set ease on out. Let's try in out.
I heard the first one. I was like, wait. The second play, I was like, no way. Sorry, my book.
What? Oh my god,
By
that's
his book.
terrible.
Huh.
What about bounce? What about ease out? There we go. Springy.
Interesante.
Now, obviously, they all look the same, which is like it messes with the brain a little bit. So let me just mock up something here. We're gonna go center container.
True player, welcome.
Get child.
And Steph, hello. Good to see you guys.
Hey, true player. Hey, Steph.
Weather today's felt very stormy. It's been so nice here this morning. But yeah.
It's changing. It's
I
changing
think
quick.
It's turning, yeah. I'm glad I made the most of the sun in the morning while it was still around.
What?
Thank you.
You, Icus. I do this. We have something different. How do you do load instead of preload? You do that. Huh? Let me see if this works. Okay. You know, it's doing the thing, right?
Ooh, Steph was cruising with the window down. It's the little things in life, isn't it? That sounds like a good fun. And southeast area has been muggy. Oof. Well, it's gonna be a long summer here. Maybe, perhaps, sometimes. I hate the UK summer. I like it for about a week, and then I'm over it. Then it can go away.
I like it for like a 2-hour period in the day where you're going out and enjoying the sun.
Yeah.
But as soon as you're done with that and you just want to relax, then it's just awful.
Yeah. It was 90 a few days ago. Now it's 50. That is a wild change in temperature.
Like summer because it's nice to dry clothes in the sun. Everything else is a pain.
Yeah, so it looks like we might get some rain today. Tomorrow. And the rest of the week still looking. Semi-allergic to the sun? Oh no, you gotta hide in the shade.
Okay. I'm gonna say the animation is good enough for now. Now there's two things to solve. One is we need to go the other way. Right now it's only going in one direction. And the other thing is that we need to support more than 3 items. Right now there's 3 cars, there's 3 items, and it like cycles between them. But there could be more, which means when this card is transitioning to here, it needs to pull in something. It needs to pull in the next item from the array and actually change the contents of the card. Okay, let's do the direction first. I would keep clicking the arrow buttons non-stop. It feels pretty good. A lot of UK homes don't have built-in AC. Yeah, it's very painful. Sleeping at night is so terrible. Welcome back, Mills. Daughter woke up sick today, so it's been fun. Oof. Well, I hope she feels better soon. You got the carousel working? Yeah. It's getting there. It's getting there. Right now, it only moves in one direction, so we need to make it go the other way somehow. So we have this method, which has the direction. And the idea is, if this is 1, it goes right. If it's -1, it goes left. But now the logic we have in here is we have we have each card and we decide what to do with each card. So maybe we just, that's it. We just handle that here. So we go var target position, which is a vector 2, equals left marker if direction is 1, else right marker. Actually, let's do target marker. Does Godot have its own built-in coding so you don't have to use Visual Studio like Unity? Yeah, Godot does have a built-in code editor. But if you prefer using your own IDE, you can also do that. You can use an external IDE if you want. Hyena, how's it going? Happy Saturday.
Hello, hello.
I prefer just editing code within the game engine, to be honest. Yeah, if you use the one in the engine, you know, you'll have access to the latest features that it provides. Like you can drag in nodes for importing variables and whatnot. It has the built-in debugging and all that stuff, which some other IDs might not have that integration. But there's also plugins for like VS Code, let's say. You can install an extension to give you some of these features in VS Code. So, you know, I guess it's you can customize it to whatever you want it to be, which is cool. At the end of the day, that's what you want, is having the options, right? How goes game? You have the trailer yet? Game goes good. No trailer yet, but keep stopping by soon.
Patience.
Keep asking. Soon enough, we'll say yes. Are we winning yet? Getting there. Selene looks like she's winning. She's drawing some cure mines.
I don't know about that splash. I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
Deedly.
Always winning with the art. Oh, thank you. I'm sure I'll look back on this like 2 years after release and I'll be like, ew.
Oh my god, ew.
No.
It looks awesome. Everything is looking awesome.
Brother,
You know what I mean.
That just means you'll have grown and leveled up the skills. True. Usually that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
In the moment, you're quite proud, but then over time, whether you got better or your taste has just changed, and you
True.
look back to something that you've done and you're like, why the heck did I do that?
That's also true. True Blair, thank you for the fart.
Opa.
What a good one, Talos. Thank you for your fart.
How do you have the dual screen set up? I'm curious. If you mean like the stream setup, we're using a piece of software called AirDroid Cast, and that's casting Celine's iPad screen to my PC over Wi-Fi. And then I'm using that as an input source in OBS. And then we just have a couple scenes set up to toggle between them.
Look at my flying saucer.
Takis, welcome in. Coding on Windows. That's right. I am on Windows. I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but I am on Windows. Bring news, my closest competitor just released the trailer to their new Tycoon game, Vauxhall Trains Transport Games. Wait, their new Tycoon game, Vauxhall Train Transport Games. There's gonna be two. How similar do you think they're gonna be?
What'd you think of the trailer?
Sorry, I had an aneurysm. Yeah, I'm not sure I got the 100% we were trying to say there, but
It looked good.
nice.
Tough competition then.
Mm.
Mr. Zombie said, "Stop it, I code on Windows and I'm fine. BRB rebooting after the latest update." And they never saw Mr. Zombie again.
At least you're not. I use Arch, by the way. I know nothing of whatchamacallit. Can't even think of the name.
And
Linux,
I mean,
Linux.
you were just saying yesterday how you're just a basic boy.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
just like Windows, sure. Out of the box things, sure. It's fine. Not bothered. You know, it's just a whatever works for you attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Aiming for the exact same style, so well, comparison is the thief of joy, remember that. Just have fun working on your game.
Yeah, I think, you know, if you don't go out of your way to pick apart their game and you do you will likely end up with a very different game. Like the bones of your game are going to be quite different. From a visual perspective, that does become a bit trickier. Because if you feel like they're very similar, you know, it's certainly something to consider. You can't just go, oh, they look the same, whatever. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Necessarily, you do have to think about it a little bit. And if they are too close together, you run the risk of people calling it a copycat. Not that that matters too much at the end of the day, but even if it's just the color palette that you slightly update to differentiate the game a little bit, I think that's already enough, potentially. All games are copies of something else. True. Very true. I want to be called a copycat. It's my entire marketing scheme. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't too long into our game dev journey that I realized that ideas are worthless. In the grand scheme of things, anyway. Like, you could think you have the best idea in the world and fumble in execution, or you could have a terrible idea for a game but execute it beautifully and it's still a fun game. So yeah, you never, I don't think you ever need to be afraid about sharing ideas for your games, because even if someone goes, oh, I'm gonna steal that, I'm gonna make that game idea exactly, their interpretation of that idea is gonna be so different from yours that, you know, they might not even be in the same ballpark, in the same genre at the end of the day. Only reason to be careful is legal issues. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, if you're talking about, yeah, copying designs and stuff like that, that's different. That's different. But that's not you going off of a game idea. That's you copying the actual game. That's different. I feel like any game out there, you could take the core idea and make a different game with that idea, even if it's something heavily policed, like anything Nintendo. If you go, I want a game where you collect pets and you can fight with them. Unless you're copying Pokemon, you're going to end up with a very different game. If you make your own decisions.
You make it a Dark Soul.
Like, Dark Souls Pokemon.
Yeah.
I like that. My 2D Viking game, I got the idea from Lost Relic Games' Blood and Mead, but my game looks and feels different compared to his game. Yeah. Plan to reach out to do a bundle. Yeah, I think that's always worth it. We're gonna try and do that as much as possible with this one as well. Bundles are great both for visibility and just increasing conversion rates. One annoying thing that I found is that if you buy a bundle, if you want to refund the game for any reason, you have to refund the bundle, not the individual game, right? You buy a bundle with 2 games and you didn't like one of them, or it ran not so great, or the multiplayer didn't work, you have to refund the bundle. Which is annoying, because I quite enjoyed the other game. So I was like, well, fine, I won't refund it. You guys should add zombie balls and have fighting on your game. Uh-huh.
There will be no zombie balls.
No, they can't be balls. We don't want any trouble. Can it be zombie cylinders?
Cylinders.
Zombie canisters?
The zombie scrolls.
Zombie Scrolls 3 Skyrim. Okay, I was mid-writing this, and then I started reading chat, and I have no idea where I was. Good stuff. I'm gonna say it's something like this.
You can always rewind and watch the VOD. Get sidetracked. Do 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 do. He laughs.
There's some discount with bundling. I would assume so. Return part of it is messy.
Job well
Yeah,
done.
yeah, I definitely understand that. Not our fault. No, it's not. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I
That's-
chose to look at chat.
Thank you for that fart, Steph. He chose to look at.
Come on, brain. You got this. So the left container. That else. Okay. Center container. Wait, what?
I lost complete track of what I was doing when I heard the word arch. I'm lost.
Center container becomes right, else left. Sorry, I'm playing out the directions of things in my head. There's no way this is gonna work. I must have messed something up in here. Right container, left, else, center. Okay. Alright, let's go. First try.
Refactor from hell is becoming more manageable. Finally looking at my track mechanic. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Perseverance.
Good stuff. Oh. Okay, I messed up the scale, but other than that... Right, it's because of this. Right. 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 Okay.
Wrong layer. No.
Second first try.
My layers are so clean right now.
Okay.
Do.
Our carousel can go back and forth.
Hooray! When you're later still pressing buttons.
It feels so good.
You gotta celebrate all of the wins. Oh my
Okay, I
gosh.
like it for castle.
With the blurb! Thank you.
How's it going, Valji? Happy Saturday. Could it darken the below ones? Yes. Valji with a 26 months.
Oh my days!
Tier 2 as well. Thank you so much, Valji. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I hope you had a good week.
26 months. Oh my god.
Thank you for the fart.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. That's like 38 years or something. Oh my gosh, I have been in a war with the Makuks the entire stream. She keeps on trying to sit on my desk. And the only thing holding her at bay is this pizza hat. It's just me holding a pizza hat, trying to stop her from coming over my desk. Like a stop sign, like, stop, shall not pass. Literally. Oh no, my stop sign. Whatever shall I do?
Damn. Okay. So I can't use the alpha channel. I can't use modulation, color modulation to darken the card.
Bring forth the violence. No. There will be no violencia today. There will be peace.
How would I darken the card?
The violencia was never out.
Perchance. You can't just say perchance.
Like more shaders in your future? Oh no.
He loves shaders.
Oh no.
He loves those. They're so fun.
I mean, I could have an overlay. The problem is then it only works if this is sitting over a dark background, right? Like if I had a literal rectangle of color that exists here. Like so. Okay. Not quite doing what I would expect. And then if whatever it was sitting on was dark also, then the darken works just fine.
Do not
right?
bite me.
But that limits this component to only be used over a specific color. Which is annoying. That is annoying. But I'm not exactly sure how else I would do it. With, like Val G said, some sort of shader magic.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I just built a shader to do an edge fade for my carousel inventory system. I feel your pain. Yep. What if you only have 2 upgrades? Yep. I need to consider having less than 3, and I also need to consider having more than 3. Both of those need to be handled. That's the same problem I had. I had to allow a transparent background for mine too.
Hello.
Depth of field. Depth of field.
Yeah.
I already have like the card rendering is it is using a shader. So maybe I can just add something to that shader to do color shifting, perhaps. So like I'll build it into the card itself. Probably. Something like that. Something like that. Okay, let's leave that on the list. Right. Let's first try to handle more than 3 upgrades. More than 3 upgrades. So we're gonna do...
What was that sound?
Maka is aggressively bathing. I believe in you, Bernardo Senpai. I will try. I will try. Let me get the important stuff out of the way first. Let's do an upgrades array. This will be an array of run upgrades. And for now, we can make it work with the existing stuff. So we'll try and make it work with these 3, and then we'll add more, and we'll patch it. So here we'll go upgrades 0, upgrades 1, upgrades 2. Oh, that should work. Okay. Now, let's add another one. I'm gonna add the fire hose. So now if we load in, nothing happens. It's not considering the 4th item. So what's the logic here? We kind of need to drive this off of an index. I think that makes more sense. So we just go index current. We could start that at 0. Say. Then, when we're setting up the upgrades, it would no longer be like this. So current is what you have selected. So it would be index current. But then these 2, I guess to the right, you would have your next one. So it would be index +1. But then this one would be index -1. But it has to be wrapped. As in, if it goes to -1, it should go to the last index instead. Is there a method that does that? This cat doing?
She's trying to get onto my desk. Also, hello there on the YouTubes. So,
Hello, hello.
you removed the caca.
He's going crazy.
Someone programming and the other drawing. Yes,
That's right.
I am drawing. I've made all the art for our game here, and at the moment I'm struggling to draw a splash
Mm-hmm.
situation.
That does look complicated to draw.
Is it too much? Because I need to outline it.
Too much. You need to outline it. Hmm. When you say too much, like the size or something, I think it looks good.
Does it look like it doesn't belong?
Right. I think it looks cool. Do you have a reference that you're looking to?
Various.
Yeah, so Selena's working on the art for these cards, kind of. And the current art that's being drawn is for like a mines type of upgrade. So that's the idea. I like the art and the perspective of the game. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. It's not always easy.
Play the zombies too. No slaying. There is no slaying.
Down we go.
Did this... Am I crazy? Or this worked when I thought it shouldn't? This is going index -1. Does Godot wrap the index on its own? What? What? That is cool. That is very cool. I don't have to worry about it. I just go negative index and it figures it out.
Is it dangerous to assume that?
Negative indices are from the end of the array. That's pretty cool. But it just loops on its own. I thought I was gonna have to do some sort of method to like, you know, like an array method to help out with the wrapping. It doesn't loop. Loops the index to be from 0 to size -1. Yeah. Indexes backward from the end. Indexes backward from the end. Is that not what I need? -1 is the last element. -2 is second to last element. Right. Yeah. I think that's what I need. Because, like, if I'm here, I want to get... Oh, so I want the center to be this one. And then I want the next one to be this one. And I want the last one, which is where I'm going negative. I'm going -1. I want it to be this one. Which is what I'm getting. So it's good. Doesn't wrap though. Size and minus size will be out of bounds. You mean if I do... If I specifically do -1, it works. -2, it works. -3, it works. 4 won't work. I feel like it's doing exactly what I expected it to do. If I go beyond the size, it loops again. Oh no, there you go, there you go. That's what you're talking about. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That is fine. As long as this works, the -1 works, then nothing else. We're not actually going to be driving this into the negative. We just want it to wrap and get the last element. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. It's hot here. Just got here, don't know the context. I think it'll be okay. I'm not just gonna keep going in the negative. That should be fine. You could hide the doctor on the back of the card so it's less noise. Oh. What? It was joked before, but a card game or physical cards post-release would be cool. A little Reclaim the Living board game. Hey, we already have the pieces for the board game. Come on, focus.
Look at that, Bob.
We just need the cards now.
Good old Bob.
On the other cards, hide the doctor. Oh, the doctor. You mean... What is this? Huh? Oh, I broke it. That's right. You mean hide this? I'm not showing the screen.
We're still big.
You mean hide this thing? Yeah. It does look off. It definitely looks off.
I wonder if you even need him.
Yeah.
In this context.
Just take it out entirely.
Yeah, like it's not a speech bubble.
I think we did couple it though with the latest version. Could be mistaken, but I think so.
I mean, I think. Oh.
Yeah. Like we could hide him. It would still have this little pip.
Yeah. But... that out later.
Do they look boring without it?
It doesn't all have to look, oh my god, I'm wow, crazy. Like, in the context of the entire page, it's gonna be fine. Because there's gonna be a lot going on in the start screen. There's gonna be lots to look.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll try without any of this. Just the description.
Oh my gosh, this cat is...
The dock emoji, the dock face, is mostly useful for when we do card rarities. So like the dock's reaction is going to be progressively crazier as the rarity goes up. But if you're looking at a selection where every card is the same rarity, it adds nothing to it. So why put it there? I heard that. The music. You noticed that? incredibly satisfying to click that button. And then with the darkened cards, perfecto. For darkening them, you could just add a black block on the card itself. A black block on the card itself and hide it. A black block. Not sure if I get what you mean. The problem with the darkening is that it has to be perfectly over the card so that this module could be used over any background, right? So there can't, if there's an overlay to the card, it can't overflow the card. Or else you'll see it. If it's over a white background, let's say, you'll see the overlay breaking things. But then we also have art that breaks out of the card, and that can change. So it needs to be an actual color shift to the entire card render, or else it's just going to break things. Do those support a mask? It does, but I don't see how I would use a mask in this context, because all of this stuff is its own thing, its own layer, right? I don't have a solid mask that I could use, so I think I have to somehow achieve that with a shader, like on the final render pass. I'm not sure how I would do that either, but I don't know. I need to look into it. Lazy way and darken all the images. Yeah. I wish it was that easy, but I'm quite certain it's not. Not in the way that I implemented this anyway. This card scene is actually quite complex, and there's a bunch of things driven by shaders, so I can't darken certain things. I have to think about it to try and understand how I can do it. There'll be a way, but in the current form, how I implemented the card, it's not going to be an easy thing, I don't think.
Okay, I'm going to feed Maka so she stops being a menace to society. And I'll get her.
That is crazy when she's hungry. Don't give in. She will not stop. Crawling all over our desks, trying to get attention. Okay, so now we need to change this to be driven by this index instead of just the cards themselves. So whenever we move in a certain direction, we have to change the current index, right? So if we move right, index current is increased. If we move left, it's decreased. But we don't want it to go out of bounds like this. We want it to actually be correct. I understand that you can wrap it with with math. If I go plus equals, and then I can do index plus direction, which could be positive or negative. Upgrades, size. Double check. Up.
Okay. Big.
So ChatGPT says you have to be careful with negative. So if index is 0 and direction goes to -1, it will break. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, but ChatGPT suggested your second one there. My problem is that I will forget what that means. So I'm not gonna, I guess. I'll just do if direction is 1. I'm just gonna keep it dumb simple so that my dumb brain can understand what this is later. If index current dinner time, have fun. Thank you, Steph. Have a good one.
Enjoy dinner. Have a good one.
If index current is upgrades size -1, then index current becomes 0, else index current plus equals 1, else if index current is 0, index current equals upgrades size -1. Else index current minus equals 1. Godot has a wrap I as a modular alternative. Wrap I. Wraps the integer value between min and max. Min is inclusive while max is exclusive. It can be used for creating loop-like behavior on infinite surfaces. Infinite loop between 5 and 9. So frame plus is the value, frame plus 1, and then we're looping 5, 9. Right, so it's index based, so it would be from 0 to size non-inclusive, which would match the index implementation. Yeah, that's clean. That's pretty clean. So it would be That works, I assume, with negatives also. Yeah, -6. And then we're saying is between -5 and -1. Oh, that's interesting. Non-inclusive on the -1. So it wraps once to -2. So it's fine if it goes negative as well. So index current equals wrap I index current plus direction from 0 to upgrades size. Yeah. Enough. Thank you, bot. Okay, so we updated our index. Now we need to consider what happens with the cards here. They need to be switched. The center card never needs to be switched. It will remain as the same upgrade. If we run this, we only ever need to change the card that is moving behind. So like if I go this way, this card is going to move behind to this side. That's the one we need to update with the one that's not currently represented. The fourth one that's not represented. And that would happen on the right and left, depending on which direction you're going. Only one of them will trigger. So if the right card is going to -1, it would need to be updated, for example. So if we did if direction is -1, need to update this card to be something else. So right container, get child, init, upgrades. Now this is going to be based off of the index. So if this we're doing the right card going left, so we're here. This is index 0. This is index 1. This is the last index. If we move here, if we move here, this card will go over here, so it'll need to be index current -2. And it would be something similar here if we're going left. Wait, no, I did this wrong. If it's -1, we need to do that. This one is 1. We gotta do +2. Oh. Out of bounds. Whoops. We need to wrap this also. Can do the same thing, I guess. So next index equals wrap I index current 0 upgrades as so when I click here, the flask should go to the front. The dart gun will go to the left.
Drink! Drink! Drink!
Cheers, Talos.
Thank you for the hydrate.
And the fire hose, which will move to this side, should turn into the missiles. It didn't. Why? Oh, something changed. Oh wait, it's working now. I'm cycling through all 4. Now I have 2 dart guns. What the heck? It's almost there, but something is messed up. If we're here and we go this way, this should go back. Oh, that's that. Wait, I need to be sure of what order I'm doing here. What do I have? I have dart, flask, missiles. Okay, so I think is what I expected. So when I'm here and I go this way, I should get the missiles showing here. And I still get the flask. But then this changed. Oh, something up. If I messed up this initial state, that would also mess it up. Just do. Was that it? It was just 1, not 2. That was it. That was literally it. I was off by 1. Classic. Bonzi, hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hey, Temptic. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday indeed. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you had a fun day. That's so nice.
Nice.
Love that for you.
Okay, so we can handle more than 3 upgrades. We could stress test it here and do some more. We don't have any more tools. I'll just use random stuff, I guess. Let's throw in a Curicorn. Oops. And let's throw in a portal. I always forget my keybinds with them doing the import.
Don't forget your keybinds. Oh my days.
Okay. That is working. Do we need to handle less than 3? I'm kind of tempted to say that we don't. Less than 3.
Nice.
In how we're gonna implement it next, like we're making this component to make a UI screen. In that screen, the idea is the plan, you would never have less than 3, because even if you haven't unlocked something, it would still show you something, like as a tease. Right? So you start out with only the dart gun, but you would still be able to click, and then you'd get this, maybe like with some question marks and like the silhouette of the flask or something. So you'd still be able to flick through things you don't have access to yet. You'd never have less than 3. So I'm tempted to just not consider it at this point. I do need to make it so that this hover animation, it shouldn't trigger here. Doesn't make sense.
No.
Like a who's that Pokemon thing. Yeah. Something like that. You kind of want to tell the player that there's more, right? Something to work towards. That's the idea. What's wrong?
Colored on my. I've used all my to.
For your splash?
No, you can see up the selected.
Right. Right. And yeah, because it's blended in, you can't just erase it. Oof. To fix it, you would need to like kind of redraw that part on the line art. Damn.
Draw the whole thing.
What do you mean the whole thing?
Because it's part of this thing.
You mean just those two circles, right? Or yeah, the side bit.
The whole side.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And Procreate with your limited undos.
And the alternative is, yeah, like Fauji said, it looks great. So you just commit.
I just leave it like that.
You just leave it and you commit.
I just can't halftone it or shade it or anything because it's on the line art. Or I have to then you be very careful and erase everything on the.
Well, what if I threw you a curveball and I said that if it kind of looked like UFOs before, it really looks like UFOs now? With the side lasers. The side LEDs.
What?
Like that line that you drew around it on the side. Looks like, you know, the UFO propulsion system now. The anti-grav technology.
What would you have there instead?
Nothing. Probably nothing. Just like the same color as the inner ring that you have. The one that has the bolts.
It's UFO. I need to use that dark green somewhere though.
Can you show us the whole thing? Yeah, I think that, you know, there's a lot going on, so I don't think it needs that detail on the side, honestly. I would just do a flat color on the side. Whatever that color is that you prefer. In my opinione.
Well, go back to your code.
She just hit me with the shut up. Go away.
No, as in stop looking at me. Let's go look at you at your lines of code. I don't wanna observe my stuff.
Observe. god, there's a mosquito.
In here.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
It is incredibly warm in this room. Okay. What am I doing? Nothing. This is it.
Thank you for that, Fart G.
I will just stop this hover thing. And then we need to actually hook it up, make it usable. And then we should be good to go. Okay, upgrade card. On ready. That's it. Suddenly it feels so bad when something reacts to your cursor input and then you take that away. It suddenly feels like the game is broken. Like it was so responsive before, and now it does nothing, and it feels awful.
What did it do before?
It had a hover effect. So when I hover over it.
Oh. Why did you remove it?
I don't know, I just felt like it didn't really make sense. Because you're supposed to be just selecting. You're just selecting the thing, right? Just a carousel. So you're not interacting with the card itself. I could make it so that only the front one responds. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Let's just leave it like that for now. Fine. Now we need to make it usable. This is like a UI component that does nothing on its own. So there'll be a parent scene that will make use of this card selection to, actually turn it into a feature. In order for it to do that, it needs to be able to set which upgrades are shown. So just populating this array would do that. Maybe we have an actual method to update it though. And then we also need some signals so that it can listen for things changing. I think the only signal that we need is selected. And this would emit the relevant upgrade that was selected. So selected, and then when we move, we update the current index And then we go selected, emit, upgrades, index current. Okay, let me commit this stuff. Card selection component. Okay. Now let's do a new screen. We're gonna call it a run start screen. We're gonna make this a canvas layer. Run start screen. And this will have a bunch of stuff, a bunch of things. For now, I'm going to do this. So it will partly cover the gameplay layer. And then we would instantiate a card selection, which is very big. Very big. I think it is too big. Can make it smaller by just scaling it. So let's imagine that this sits here. And then this would be the applicator card selection. And then we have another one, which is the utility card selection. Even at that size, it's very large and in charge. On the full screen game, it's actually not that bad. It looks good at that size. It can maybe even be a tiny bit smaller, to be honest. Maybe. We can try 0.7. 0.7. Gives it a bit more breathing room. Then we make these accessible by unique name. We're gonna have a button. Let's call it start run. We're gonna have to theme this action. I don't know if we want to use the terminology run. It works. It's fine. It's certainly understandable by players in this genre. But for someone that has never played a roguelike, the term run may not make sense necessarily. And then we could have one of these guys in the middle here. And for us programmer types, start and run are synonymous. True. Very true. I'm not sure what other action it could be called. It's like, okay, you are setting off. You are going out to the surface to cure some zombies, to rescue some people. That's what you're doing. You're going out. But it needs to sound cooler than that. Depart. It could use the name of the map. So the button could say, go to manor, go to city.
Rescue mission.
Rescue mission. Start rescue.
Yeah.
Maybe. Enter danger zone.
Okay.
Into the Thunderdome. Nice. Did you survive not having to fix your layers?
No, I fixed.
Oh, you fixed them? Nice.
Do you think it's missing something? Do you think something doesn't add up?
I think the mines look great. I think they're, well, maybe the liquid itself maybe could use a bit more sheen.
Yeah.
Like a brighter
Highlight,
color.
yeah.
Yeah, highlight, yeah. Other than that, I think the mines are cool. On the blast, the splash, let's say, I think two things are missing. Oops. One is what you had on your doodle, which was like more on the ground. You had the like something going on the ground.
Yeah, I just.
So it's like you can't see the plane of the ground like you were talking about at the start, and I think that does help with the framing of like the perspective, because you get the plane of the ground. And two, I think the splash itself needs more like foam. I don't know if that's would be the correct thing, like a white portion of the liquid, because you know when water is moving really fast, when liquid is moving really fast, it creates the bubbles.
Well, that's what the light part is supposed to be. I purposely did not use white because it's not water.
I see.
The foam is the light blue.
I see. Right.
But if you don't think
Okay,
that works, then
yeah,
like,
I get
I can
it.
use white. It just
Maybe it just needs a smaller other layer of super almost white. on the edges. That was definitely the first thing that came to mind, was like, I didn't see the foam.
But yeah, I just my thought is like there isn't supposed to be foam. But I get what you mean.
There isn't supposed to be? Why is that?
Because it's not water.
I don't think it's not. It's not to do with water. It's more like a liquid thing. When liquid is agitated sufficiently, it creates the bubbles. I don't exactly know what the bubbles are, like trapped air or something.
No.
I think that happens with any liquid.
I just had it in my head that this was more of a viscous
Right.
type, not like a...
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. But
yeah.
If you think it'll look better, I can try to add a third ring. I'm not sure how that will look.
Yeah, looking at it, it felt like that was missing. If you think it works without it, I do think that the thing on the ground, the floor plane, maybe we need that. Yeah, almost like a ripple. It looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that does help. Did we just lose the game?
We did.
Bonzi, did you make us lose the game?
Oh, unfortunate.
That's so rude.
I think I just need to look at it with fresh eyes later.
That's fair.
It's a start.
Deploy questionable science. Is this for the button? Questionable science. I suppose it is. The word deploy, it's pretty good. Deploy. Deploy. Like Autobots roll out. Survivors roll out. Is that trademarked? Hey. Okay. So we have this, and now we need to define, or we need to update the selection to have the relevant cards. So we probably do want like an initialization function where you pass in what you need. And then in here, you would have an empty array. This would not happen quite yet. We would have init upgrades, which is an array of run upgrade. Then upgrades equal upgrades. Then we do this. Does that work? It does. We have our applicators. We have our utility. One question that will need answering is, say we're on this state. We have the dart gun and the roll, and this is all you have unlocked. Like I said before, you could go and flick through the things that you haven't unlocked yet. So the flask, maybe you only see the silhouette and there's like a question mark overlaid over it. You can't see what it is. So it's just like a little tease, so you can kind of explore to see all the content that you haven't unlocked yet. But what does that do on this screen if I now have the flask selected, but I don't have it unlocked? Can I click this button? Like if I click this button, the start button, would it just use this?
It would automatically gray out.
So if you have something selected that you don't have access to, it would disable this button, or like do some sort of negative feedback when you click it.
Yeah, it would be grayed out and just
Maybe like,
and underneath I would say in red, you need to unlock the flask.
Yeah. So disable the button shows some sort of message probably around here. And maybe if you try and click the button, it would like highlight this somehow.
Who's playing table hockey? Does it sound like table hockey?
Was that when I do this? Shamara, hello. How's it going?
Hello there.
Hope you had a great stream. Happy Saturday.
Oh, you think these guys...
Oh, the art. Little pucks.
I see it. We were thinking they looked like UFOs.
Throw user error, get good message. The pop-up. You suck. Get wrecked. Seshamar, of course, if you gotta run, raid and run, don't you worry about it. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I hope you had fun with your stream. Throw user error. You can use an idea like this You can't use an idea like this. You have to make it reality first. It is incredibly satisfying to do that. I just want to click this.
That's good. Spend like 10 minutes in the carousel.
I was thinking the animation was going to need more work, but maybe it doesn't. Does what it's supposed to. Probably needs nicer buttons, I guess.
I think we could do nicer buttons in general.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. In general, we need nicer buttons. But it probably wants dedicated buttons.
Dedicated buttons.
Or like an icon. Right now I'm just using the arrows characters. We need like an icon, an arrow icon.
Oh yeah.
Hello, I do need to eat, but I'm lurking. No worries, no worries.
Thank you for the lurks.
Did more customization and automation today, but more useful stuff for starting and ending stream. Nice. Good stuff. Enjoy your foods. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sorry. I'm gonna stop clicking it. I apologize.
Tisk tisk.
Okay, so another thing we need to do is we go applicator card selection, selected, connect, on applicator selected. We're going to receive an upgrade. Is a run upgrade. And we're gonna need something over here on the run manager. Because we need to define what we're starting with. Gonna chuck it over here. Var. I guess we just do what we do. We're gonna say we need a tool. And we're gonna say we need a utility. These are gonna be scenes. Right, so it's actually a packed scene. Maybe? I forget. A long time ago I've done this. So we do that. And then over here, we would get the scene by going upgrade actions, and we're gonna expect the selection to be correctly set up. So first action, which will be a tool something tool change action, which contains the tool scene. We're gonna just assume I set it up correctly. If not, it will explode. Then run manager applicator equals scene. I suppose I should say applicator scene. Not applicator, that doesn't exist. It's a tool in the code. So tool scene, utility scene is what we want. Do you guys have that in your code bases where you've named something in code and then very shortly after
Thank you for that
you
part.
changed how you call it? But now you don't want to change your code base. You just change the UI. So like when we started out, we were calling it a tool, and now we call it a cure applicator. We refer to it as an applicator, but I already had everything as tool, so I just left it as tool. Am I just lazy, or is this a relatable situation?
I would change the code to match, otherwise it would drive me batty. Yeah, I have that with like the file names of the things that I make. I sometimes call them something, and then I end up renaming them once it's on the PC, and once I put it in the Google Drive, it's a different name. We got a fun fact. The fastest growing tissue known is the antlers of deer. I say deer because while bucks totally have antlers, it does have a 1 in 10k chance to be able to grow. Does have a 1 in 10k chance to be able to grow antlers. Ooh. Wow, that's pretty interesting.
1 in 10k chance to be able to grow antlers too. That is very interesting.
Like as a mutation.
What would you think if the applicator called you a tool? You're right. I wouldn't like that either. That's fair. I did not consider the applicator's feelings on this. I was just looking at it analytically, but you raise a good point.
Opa.
Thank you so much for that part.
In C#, it's easy to rename a thing with F2. I'm sure I could rename things in GD script too. I don't think that's the problem. It's just that that's going to be across tons of files, right?
It's a difference between I can't do it versus don't wanna.
Oh yeah, that's very much the discussion. But what if there's something that has, like, I can't just change the word tool, right? I could change references to tool scene and make it applicator scene. But then I gotta find all the other, I don't know. That just feels like a lot of work. And then what if I change my mind and now it's no longer applicator and it's something else?
Change it again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why am I saving this variable again? Isn't that entirely unnecessary and stupid and dumb? True. Okay. So I did that. Then what? Then what? Because C# is typed and referenced, MSVS will just rename everything of that to what you set it to. I don't understand that sentence, I'm sorry. Because it is typed, you mean you can easily take a variable and rename it No, I'm not sure I get it. I know nothing about C#. Just watched the sprint race of F1, but I was so sleepy, so I missed 16 out of 19 laps. Got the first 2.5 of the last.
Wait, you got something.
It's a bonus. You got a bit of F1 and a nap. Palg says, no spoilers, please. Here you go.
For the race.
I guess.
Did you record it to watch it back? Apple TV, fair.
Sprint races are not so important, though. The real race is tomorrow. So what is a sprint race? Is that one of those that, like, gives you the spot on the starting thingy? Like, the faster you are, the further ahead you start on the race? Is that a thing? I feel like that's a thing. Isn't that a thing?
Perhaps.
I know nothing about C# or car racing. Neither of those. C# mentioned? Okay. So I have this. Probably not going to get to it today, but I now need to make it so that when you are in the lab and you interact with this thing, it will pop up this screen, which lets you customize this, and it's saving which applicator you're selecting and utility. Then when you hit start run, it changes to the manner scene, and then the player scene will need to, the player has the tool and utility, so when it gets instantiated, it needs to check which ones were selected and then correctly set them up. And then in addition to that, like we talked about, we would have the name of the map up here. We'd have pretty art all over in the background.
Man or
like this, right? Have a little window.
No.
And then we would have the difficulty selection, which is, I think, going to be a carousel similar to this, where you would have your difficulty icons, and they could be stacked similarly. And you can flick through it. I may need to add an option on the carousels for it not to loop. I made it loop, but I didn't even consider that I could make it not loop. But yeah, you would have difficulty. And then I think we need a little box to explain what the difficulty does. So like if you're in normal, it would show 100% loot drops. 100% pure resistance or something. If you go to the left and go to easy difficulty, it would say loot drops minus 20%. Zombie cure resistance minus 20%. And then the more interesting ones would be when you go the other way, when you go and increase the difficulty, you might start getting unique modifiers. It's not just loot and cure resistance. You might get zombie spawn rate, zombie movement speed, right? As you progress through the difficulties, we just boost a bunch of stats.
Yeah.
And we just list them in here. And then there was something else. Oh yes, the loot that you can get in this map. We could show it in here. So you'd see you can get scrap, you can get duct tape, you can get gears. Something like that.
Would you
Mayvor? What do you mean? What do you mean Mayvor? It's not Mayvor.
Do you think you would choose them? You'd be able to switch the map on there if you have it, the other one unlocked, or no?
Yeah, we could easily do that. Like, there could be a button here.
Do we not want to have something
City.
about the special song?
Special zombies? No. At the moment, the special zombies won't be tied to the maps at all. It's not something that we've necessarily considered. If different maps could have different zombies available, I don't know. But that's not currently in the plan.
Could you have like best a best
A best?
a best time? Little stat. on
You're
there.
gonna have the best time, the bestest of times. You're gonna have such a good time. I promise.
Your longest run.
Uh-huh. Like your record.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Because another thing that we want to do eventually, and I think this is quite important for the replayability of the game. Yeah, records, leaderboards for your friends at least. I don't know if we'll do like a global leaderboard type of tracking. We'll never show like other people's names because I'm scared of that. But we could do like you are 5th global,
Yeah.
But then we have to determine what that means as well. Like how do we do points? Yeah, so your record, your potentially a leaderboard, definitely with your friends. So you can compare runs with your friends. And then there was something else. There was something else I was going to say. Daily runs. Dailies, I think, could be very good for replayability. Even if someone has unlocked most of the content, if there was a daily rotation.
Ooh. And I don't know if we're doing this, but if we're doing the perma unlock of the safe zone.
Yeah.
That would come down to what?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yep.
We don't know at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So this screen is actually going to have a lot of information. We're going to have to be smart about how we use space, I feel like.
Yeah.
If we need to cram all that. Like, I guess it doesn't need to all be visible at
Please
all
no
times.
dailies. We have conflicting opinions here.
No, the dailies, the idea with the dailies is it's not, you know, like a daily quest. No, it's not.
It's not a day, an actual daily.
It's not like a daily quest, a daily task. The idea was to have a daily rotation of run modifiers that you can try and like get a good score at. So like you would come in on Monday, and if you select the daily challenge, maybe it says zombies have half cure resistance, but there are double the amount of zombies, right? That's like a daily challenge that you can run. But then you go in the next day on Tuesday, it's going to have something completely different. Like you have double the movement speed, but your max health is 1 and cannot be more than 1. Just random stuff that kind of modify the rules of the game to give you something new to experience every day. Now, those modifiers would be limited, so eventually you would have seen all of them. So, I mean, we could patch more over time, I guess, but they'll likely be just a collection of modifiers, and they'll just rotate each day.
My brain is ruined from dailies and RuneScape. It was my second job. That's how I felt with Genshin.
We'll be here 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. You know, it'd be cool if those could be tied to tied to leaderboards as well. So there will be a daily leaderboard that people can compete in. I haven't really looked at leaderboards. I know that there are some relatively easy ways to implement leaderboards. I just want to implement it in a way where we don't need to micromanage leaderboards. So we wouldn't want people to be able to show their name necessarily. Like if they could have a inappropriate name. We'd be pulling from Steam if that was the case. But I don't know if I don't think I'd trust Steam. Yeah, I definitely don't trust Steam.
For usernames?
For usernames. So we wouldn't be able to show usernames at all. Except for your friends. Maybe. We could do friend usernames. And on top of that, we would also make the leaderboards like a reset regularly. So whether that would be daily or weekly, I'm not. Probably daily. What that would do is if someone cheated, if someone hacked in the game and got an insane score, it would only last for that day anyway. So it's not like they can just get the best score ever and then they're up there for the rest of time.
I mean, I agree with Temtic that daily is too short. That's too.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to minimize the things that I mean. If you have another idea to minimize that, I'm all ears.
I think it's just focusing on that takes the fun away. Like if you're gonna try to minimize, like make it perfect, you're never gonna succeed, and you're just kind of making it less fun. Even if some people.
Okay.
Like if you restrict too much in trying to avoid like limit bad actors, you're just actually just
Yeah, I mean, I get that. But if we made it a month and then the top 10 is just people that clearly hacked and got 9999 score, then we're going to get a bunch of negative reviews saying, bro, fix your game. And then we have to deal with that. So I don't want to just ignore it.
No, but I think daily is like really, it's like,
Sure.
I don't think. Or
I mean, if we have a daily challenge, then obviously it would be a daily leaderboard.
yeah,
Whether we have a general leaderboard, like a general map leaderboard.
because again, I think
guess that's
if
different.
that worries you so much, then you do just limit it to friends only leaderboards, and that's it.
Yeah, I am definitely leaning more in that direction. Unless you have proper anti-cheat, the global leaderboard is going to be trash in a while anyway. Full with nonsense entries. Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, and
I think
that
that's
was the
just
point.
unavoidable.
Yeah, we can't, but that's not a good enough. You can't just go, it's unavoidable, so you let it happen. If you think it's unavoidable, then we shouldn't have global leaderboards at all.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But if they're daily, again, along with the daily challenges, you could have a global leaderboard on the dailies. But for someone to be hacking there every day, I guess some people would do that anyway.
People would.
Yeah, some people would just do that
People
anyway.
would.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate the dedication of trolls.
Yeah.
I would generally just do a permanent friends like order. I don't have friends.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking,
I guess,
Fauji.
yeah.
Even people that do have friends on Steam, how many of them are going to be playing this very specific game? Right? I don't know.
Gonna do it just to spite you all. I'll buy 100 copies and cheat on every Please do buy 100 copies. I won't stop you. No.
It would certainly almost feel bad to have a leaderboard on there that's friends only. And I would guess the majority of people that play the game would not have friends that are also playing this game. I think it's fair to say that that would be a minority. So we would need to, if it wasn't very prominent, the leaderboard, like if it was a button that said friend leaderboard, it's not
I mean, like
prevalent in the
games
UI.
like mini motorways have. I don't even know.
Yeah, we could also check what other games have. Anyway, I don't even think we definitely need a leaderboard. It's just a thought. I'm just trying to think of kind of easy wins to make the game replayable and fun to come back to and try to get more great runs. But yeah, we definitely want to be smart about it and not create more problems for ourselves than it's worth, I guess. You're checking mini motorways.
What is shows you? I forget.
That's just showing where you are in the performance.
Yeah. Art.
Do you want to post some screenshots to Miro so the nerds can see what we're talking about?
One moment.
Windows
please.
Shift S is what you want.
I always use the snippet.
That is the snippet.
Like, you know how I like to click my button.
Can you do the other
I'll
things
do
too?
I'll do
So this is the default view on many motorways. And if you do a run, it shows you where you sit on the scale.
Wait, let me just.
So they actually use player names. I assume from Steam. That's brave, isn't it?
They have both a global and a surrounding.
Surrounding.
It doesn't change for me. But they have theirs is weekly.
Weekly. And then there's also a daily.
And there's
It's a different
Well,
challenge.
because it's a daily challenge.
Yeah, weekly challenge and daily challenge.
And then there's leaderboards in general for the general maps.
That's your friends.
That's your friends. And then there is a surrounding. And then
I like this. This is quite cool. What would we use? Like survivors rescued? We have to decide if we would have it be like a score, which could include multiple.
Yeah, like this one's
things.
one in a map that I've done already, and it shows where I fall.
Right.
Then there's
God, what the hell am I talking about? I'm not gonna put graphs in our game.
right.
I'm not gonna make graphs. Surely. So they do have a straight up leaderboard which shows both points and names. Pretty confident these are Steam names.
Yeah, because in the friends list it was.
Yeah. So what? They just either they make so much money that they actually have moderators for their leaderboards, or they just YOLO it and trust. Can you report?
No. I can't click on that. I can just scroll.
Right. And then I wonder if they trust people won't hack, or they have done some sort of
A
anti-cheat countermeasures.
quick Google says that they do moderate, but it's a challenging process. Manual pruning, vicious curse.
So they actually moderate. They moderate their leaderboards.
They say they try to keep the leaderboards clean, but it's a cat and mouse game.
Now, let's understand that Mini Motorways has made millions, multiple millions of dollars. So I'm sure they can afford and have interest in moderating this.
Yeah.
We do not want that at all. We cannot moderate our leaderboards.
Gokum says you just need to moderate anomalies now. Yeah, I think like if we wanted to, like we would have to.
Yeah.
Which is what we're saying. It's like we don't want
Yeah,
to.
I don't want to give us that
Burden.
that task to add to our list. and then it's something that you need to do no matter what. Like, if you have this, if there are 1,000 people playing your game or 10 people playing your game, you still have to moderate it. I mean, you don't have to. You could just ignore it, but I don't want to do that. So that someone goes in, takes a screenshot, posts it on wherever, on Facebook, and they show it to their grandma, saying, "Look at this." I don't want that.
Yeah, it's yeah. That's the problem with public leaderboards, isn't it?
Oh. But we could do something like this. Not necessarily a graph. I mean, I'm sure this is easy enough to do, but it could not even be a graph. It could say...
What about just a percentage? You are among
you are top 15.
Top whatever percent, and you can adjust like insane scores. You can include them with like if you'd want to filter out like impossible scores. How would you know if maybe someone did do an impossible score?
Yeah, I don't know. But if it did show something like this, then if you're top 15 and someone cheats and gets above you, you're still gonna be around there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the percentages should be a little bit more favorable because you're not necessarily exactly in front of one person or you know, unless an absurd amount of people cheat. but then that means there's many people playing that game.
Actually, one more thought that came to mind. Bit of a like devil's advocate type of argument. What if no one is playing the game?
Yeah.
What if we have this like daily challenge leaderboard
and no one's
you
playing
go in, you save 3 nerds, lose.
Yeah.
And then it tells you that you're top 1%. That would look really bad.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
So I think if you wanted to if you wanted to include a leaderboard and keep it simple, you have a permanent global leaderboard, not weekly, but it's just percentage based, and you just have a little thing that says you are in the for this map.
Yeah.
And that's it. A nice little stat.
Yeah. Just keep it insanely basic.
And I would just keep the dailies out of that.
Yeah. Or for dailies, we do friends. If we want. I don't know. Needs thought. It's also potentially out of scope. I have no idea.
I always think that I would like to just do the simplest version of it first.
Yeah. It's
if we have room to implement, because I think this is like a bonus, like on top. Like I don't think it's a must-have.
No. Definitely not. I think it's also something that we decide based on the response from players as we get closer to launch.
Yeah, I guess
we'll know.
We could see wishlist count, and
Yeah.
if the wishlist are like 3,000, then maybe it's like, well, maybe not enough people play it. Doesn't matter, but if it goes well and we do hit that sweet spot of the 10,000, then we can consider it.
Yeah. If you feel like the game has an actual shot of getting thousands of players, then a leaderboard becomes exciting, right?
Yeah.
I don't mean like concurrent thousands. I meant like overall thousands, but yeah. Okay. We'll just keep it in mind.
Pin it. Put a pin in it.
It's not something we'll jump on anytime soon. I don't think. I'll do some digging also, like from a tech perspective. What are my options with implementing something like this? Steam leaderboards would be a way to go for sure. There's also some other solutions that I could use, and I believe would be entirely free as well. And if it's easy enough to do, might be something I consider even as a playtest hook when we start getting serious about
Like demo.
Yeah, like an incentive for people to play the game more and give us more feedback, even if we remove it at launch.
Yeah, definitely.
Or change it at
wanna
launch.
Wipe it clean at launch.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could do this for a play test so that people play it quite a lot to try and beat other people. But it's not like proper public, and then we scrap it for launch. I don't know. I will think about this. All right. GG's.
Some people just keep playing for leaderboards even when there's not enough playable content, just like in Megabunk. Like people do, depends on the community you're aiming for. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess our game is a survivors, like you can try to go for time and for people saved. There are metrics that are.
Yeah, I think it would fit the game.
Yeah, like I understand.
And that's my main reason is that replayability, to have something else for you, like a goal for you to keep replaying the same content. That's for sure exactly what I'm trying to tap into. Yeah. So definitely we need to consider it.
Yeah, wouldn't discard it, but I think, not priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Godot have a chart node? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything like that. Yeah, I don't think so. You would need to either code one yourself, or what would probably be a smarter thing is going over here and going chart. Boom. Easy charts. There you go. Just install one of these.
That's a chart.
And you're done.
Boom.
Oh my god, you can add stonks.
You can add. Oh my god.
We could add stonks to our game.
We could make a stock market in the city map.
A live ticker. Even like on the end screen, or maybe on this screen somewhere, if you could show how you've been doing over time. Like last round you saved 100 people, but this round you saved 300, and you could see the chart of how you're progressing. That's always fun. Right. That's it for us nerds. We will be back on Tuesday, and I will try to have this screen pretty like feature complete ish, maybe.
Maybe I
Definitely this
draw-
part will be feature complete.
Maybe I sketch you a rough background.
Yeah.
Just solid colors. Like
Mm-hmm.
background.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll further it as much as I can, and then on Tuesday what are we gonna do on Tuesday?
I mean, I need to start cracking on those city map models and things.
Yeah. I need to think about what to jump on next, because I think this screen is going to be the last addition.
To the trailer.
Yeah. Everything else is like refinements of existing stuff, I think.
The stock market is a legit mechanic in MMORPGs. I used to spend 2 hours in front of them selling and buying and checking prices.
Nice. Thank you so much for hanging out, Talos. Appreciate you. Yeah, I will get this as far as possible for Tuesday, and then I will need to think about what to jump on next, because, as we said, our next goal is the trailer, and I'm not sure.
You could work on the van animation?
On the what?
Van animation?
The van animation. Yeah. Yep. For sure. Yeah, adding a concept of level intro sequences. Yeah, that's a good point. I can do that. Been listening in the background. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you, Mills.
Thank you.
You too. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend. We actually have a long weekend over here in the UK, which is amazing.
So yeah, hopefully get some kind of work done. Thank you for that fart, Follow G. And salutations.
It is so warm in here.
It is very warm.
My
That's
God.
why Maka's belly up. Thank you so much for.
Opa.
Thank you for all those
Opa.
farts. Oh
Get it
my
out.
gosh, the double opa.
Get it out.
Amazing. Well, where are we heading then?
Where are we heading?
Talos, thank you for that.
Ain't that a question?
Yeah. Many things.
Don't know.
Do we all now feel the thunder? I mean, it's starting to look pretty stormy outside the window right now. I'm not gonna lie. Getting a little stormy.
Why don't we go say hi to Cavino?
Oh yeah, why not?
What are they working on? I think they're still working on their Astro Yoinkers. So let's go say hi.
Do it. I'll see you guys on a Tuesday. You guys have a great rest of your weekend and start to your week.
Yes, sir. We are good to go.
All right.
All right, nerds. Have a good one.
Bye.
Slowest mode, doable, barely. It's not bad.
What up, nerds? How are y'all doing? Welcome in. We're just talking about GodotCon Boston just got announced, and so we're talking about howdy Rodrigo.